Hi, my name is Art. I teach Python and I'm going to show you how you could filter a string. Alright, so string is a sequence of characters, right? Now let's create a string. Let's do word and then suppose word is apple. Alright, so now I want to count how many times do I have letter P in that word. So there are a couple options. So one of them would be to use method count. So again, you could run dir on word and then I'm going to use print. So one of the methods you can find here, it's actually method count. Here. Right, so by the way, if you have no idea what that method does, you could always use help, and just run it here, and it tells us that it counts a substring within a string. So one option, you could use method count, like this, and pass here p. But sometimes you want to do like kind of more filtering thing. So let me show you how you could filter and count at the same time. So for that, we would need to use a for loop. For letter in word. And let me stop right here and print this letter. So letter would be each letter from that sequence of characters, right? Now what we could do, we could create if scenario, if condition here, if letter equal, and if you don't remember, equal means a comparison operator, because when we use a single equal sign, we're assigning a value. So here we want to compare if letter in fact is letter P, and then I'm going to move this within the scope of that if statement, and you see we got two of them. All right, very good. So let's create a counter, and counter will be just a placeholder chunk of Python memory where we gonna store a number of how many times letter P appears in that word. So what we need to do, if this if condition returns true, we need to update this counter. So counter will be counter plus 1. And now you could print this counter. All right, so apparently P appears here twice. Now we could play with it. I just want to show you how that works. Suppose I misspelled apple and I got more than two P's in my word. So if I run it, so then you see it counts that now I have P letter P 8 times in that word, right? All right. Now another syntax that you want to see is counter plus equal 1. All right. So now I could comment this out. And now what I'm doing here is exactly the same thing what we just did on line 7, but this is just a shorthand, and you could do this much faster. So because what you're doing, you update that counter and at the same time you're saving the value. Now what if we want to have a brand new string that will have all these p's, just p's? Now string is not a list, so we cannot use method append. How can we deal with this? Let's create a variable name like new, and this new will be an empty string at the beginning. So every time I find letter P, I want to add that new letter to that new string. All right, so how this would look like, it would look like this: new plus equal, and what we do letter. So now our new string will contain just letter P. So because when you work with a string, you cannot use append because that's rookie mistake. People always want to use append. Append is a method of a list. and we cannot append it, but we could concatenate, and that plus sign actually concatenates a letter every time this if statement returns true. Okay, see you in my other Python videos. See you.